my name is Natalie, and today we're going to have an adventure in baking. So I love to bake. It's been one of my favorite hobbies and stress relievers for a long time, especially throughout my entire time in high school. It was something that I loved to do on the weekends or a way to just forget about a hard week of school. And one thing that became hard for me is that I realized so many of my friends were vegan or gluten-free. Knowing what vegan and gluten-free diets are is one thing, but being able to bake within that diet and know how to adapt recipes to fit those diets is a completely different ballpark. So I thought today we would have a little adventure in vegan baking, and I would bring you guys along with me as I made vegan banana nut brownies. So to start off, a little thing about the keys of vegan baking. One of the most helpful things that you will ever buy if you want to bake vegan is this right here, and it's coconut oil. I can't even express completely how helpful coconut oil is. Coconut oil can be the replacement for butter. Mostly it's the completely wonderful vegan replacement to butter, but it also can work, to replace any other oils or any other kind of liquid thing, even at times, that perhaps is dairy or honey and doesn't go along with the vegan diet. Another thing that will be really helpful in vegan baking is fruit. This is partially because you can't use eggs, which are often, one, a great thickener. They give the thickening of the batter, and without eggs, you need something else to help get that needed consistency so that your batter isn't too watery or goopy, especially in brownies. So in this case, we're going to use bananas. Bananas are going to be our fruit of choice, and these 3 bananas, when mashed up, will do a great job of thickening the batter and making sure that they become nice fudgy brownies. I actually have made vegan things on my own just for myself, even though I'm not vegan, because I really like the texture that comes across. Another thing you have to make sure to do when you're baking vegan is beware of the cocoa or chocolate that you're using. In this case, we're using Hershey's cocoa. It's 100% cocoa, meaning it's just chocolate. There's no dairy in it, so that's fine. It's also okay to use a Baker's 100% unsweetened chocolate bar, or anything dark chocolate is safe. However, milk chocolate or even semi-sweet chocolate chips normally have enough milk in them that they do not work with the vegan diet. You can buy special vegan chocolate chips that are supposed to be, milk chocolate taste, not as intense as dark chocolate, but then you have to buy those specially. I'm not using them in this recipe, but here are 2 other really helpful things that are good to know about if you want to bake vegan. This is cornstarch. It's another thing that can be used as a great thickener. So if the recipe originally called for milk and eggs and you're trying to translate it to a vegan recipe, at the end you might feel like the batter's a little too thin, didn't get that consistency that came from those more bulkier ingredients. So you can use some cornstarch, maybe about a tablespoon or 2 really should do the trick. A little goes a long way. It can be really helpful. Another final thing is agave syrup. You don't have to use this one specifically, but it's basically a replacement for honey. So it's a vegan sweetener. So I know there's also stevia packets, or I think there's another form of liquid, not vegan sweetener. But my favorite that I always use is agave, and this is a wonderful organic blue agave fair trade sweetener. So it's not from bees, therefore it's vegan. And now we're ready to start baking. So let's make our vegan banana nut brownies. Alright, so to start, I have peeled and mashed up the bananas, and they're now in the mixer. Now we're going to move on to adding in all the other stuff. I forgot to add that the way that these brownies are nut brownies is through nut butter. So I'm choosing to use natural cashew butter. It doesn't matter what nut butter you use, as long as you make sure that there is not any milk or dairy products in the nut butter. So Some peanut butters do have some milk, so just make sure that they are raw and natural butters. Time for the coconut oil. The good thing about coconut oil is that it's not completely a liquid most of the time as coconut oil, but it is very soft and moldable, so you can mold how much you need into the measuring container. If for some reason your coconut oil is completely solid, then just put it in the microwave for about 5 to 10 seconds and it should loosen up or become liquid. All right, I'm gonna taste it. Okay, ready? Very good. One of the good things about baking vegan is there's no raw eggs in the recipe to be a reason to not eat the batter. Have as much of it as you want. Okay, here are the finished brownies. You can see that my family and I have already eaten a lot of them. You guys didn't get to see them straight out of the oven, sorry. But you can see that they've gotten the right dark chocolate color and they have a good dense texture. We're gonna try one now again, see how they are. A little slice. Give it a little slice of brownie. Very good. You can taste the banana, you can taste the chocolate, you can taste the nut butter. I think we can call these a success. Alright, I will put the recipe for these brownies in the description below so that you guys can try them out at home, or you can follow along with this video. I hope you enjoyed this lesson in vegan baking, and I will see you next time.